Hello and good afternoon. I thought I would do a little sit down, very raw and real monthly favourites catch up with you. I haven't done a monthly favourites in ages and I thought, well, why not? I've got about half an hour until dinner is ready and I was like, what am I going to do in half an hour that I feel like doing? And I feel like sitting down and chatting to you and sharing my current favourites. So it's not just October favourites, it's current favourites. These are the things I've been loving throughout August, September, October type thing. So I'm overlapping and crisscrossing things a little bit. So this is a very raw and real vlog kind of thing. I don't know, I've got no makeup on, just chucked my hair up. There are people mowing their lawns and the TV is very loud in the background if you can hear it at all. But with that, let's get into what I'm loving at the moment. Where's my list? It's here somewhere. Here it is. So I think I'm just going to pop that there on my tripod. Current favourites. Let's get into it. The first thing that I'm absolutely loving, and it is something on Netflix. I literally just finished watching the last episode maybe about 2 hours ago, and that is the documentary called Making a Murderer. Holy moly, that series is just insane. If you haven't watched it on Netflix, then I would definitely recommend it. It's just so mind-boggling and it is so intense and frustrating, and you know, lots of people have opinions on it, and you know, whether they're guilty or they're innocent. I think they're completely innocent, and it's just, I mean, yeah, it's just insane. And I don't want to go more into it if you haven't seen it, but it's such the whole series is just incredible to watch, and I don't want to say I've enjoyed it because I'm enjoying someone who is essentially suffering at the hands of injustice. But anyway, I would definitely recommend you watching that if you have Netflix and are interested in sort of crime documentaries and that sort of stuff. It was incredible. Moving on to more lighter things, just had to begin it with something that was real heavy. Everything else is kind of really fun stuff that's just so me. As you know, it is October, and with October comes Halloween, and the other day I picked up this really awesome, cute, kitsch, whatever you want to call it, mug from Coles. It's just like a supermarket here in Australia, and they had this one and a Frankenstein's monster. Is that what he's called? Frankenstein's monster? The green guy. They had one of them as well, but I'm like, no, Halloween is pumpkins. So I picked it up and I love it. I've had my cup of teas in this ever since I bought it last week, and I will drink out of his head until the end of the month, which is next week, which is crazy. Next on my list are a couple of candles. I love candles. I love burning candles. It's just my thing. First one that I've been loving is this one here. This one is by a company called Enlightened Sydney, and the scent is Cafe Caramel, and it is so delicious. I recently went to the Mind, Body and Spirit festival type convention thing in Sydney with my friend Jess from work, and these guys were there, and I bought 3 candles and this was one of them, and they're just so delicious. I think the scents, the way that they were selling them, the scents were lining up to different emotions, and I think this one was home or something like that. So it's a very homey, very warming type scent, and it's just so lovely, and it just fills the room with this beautiful scent like no other candle has. I also bought a vanilla one and another one warm apple pie, and oh my gosh, it just smells like Christmas. It's just beautiful candles, but this is the first one that I've started burning and I just love it. It's just so beautiful. The other candle that I've been loving, I've only been burning this for the last couple of days, and it's a candle that I picked up in Tasmania about 2 years ago. It's a beautiful soy wax candle, handmade in Tasmania. I don't know what the company is, but it is black, raspberry and vanilla. I've been saving up to burn this candle for ages, and I was like, you know what, just start burning it. I mean, really, you know, Life is for the living, burn the good candles. And it's just, this one is just so lovely. It has that vanilla sort of scent to it, but then a really juicy deliciousness of the black raspberry. It's just so divine, and my sewing room smells like this and it's lovely. I love it. Next on the list are some beauty favorites. I have 3 things to share with you. The first one is a new BB cream slash foundation that I've started using, and it is the Bourjois Healthy Mix BB cream. I was really skeptical of this. Did I say that right? Skeptical. I was really skeptical of this one at first because it isn't the one that I usually go for. I usually use the CC cream, but they didn't have the right number shade that I usually am, so I picked this up and I was like, oh, I'll give it a go. But I used it and I really like it. I've been using it for the last maybe 2-3 weeks, and I've noticed a definite difference in the way that I sort of look with it on. It's just a really nice, fresh, light sort of foundation cream. It's not a heavy coverage, it's quite a light coverage, and I find that I definitely need to use concealer with this, and it just sort of makes it a little less sort of light. It's hard to describe, but I really like it. It's a really great shade and it smells really nice too. Yeah, really easy to apply. Yeah, what can I say? Great favorite. Another favorite is another product that I picked up at the Mind, Body and Spirit Festival. That's what it was called, Mind, Body and Spirit. It is a Mr. B's Manuka Cream Plus, the complete miracle skin and body healer. So it's like, careful now, it's like a balm almost, made out of honey or Manuka, and it's really good. I've been using this a lot on just like little spots that you always sort of appear on my chin. Apply it at night and the next day they're just sort of almost gone, but I am applying it when they're first coming, you know, to fruition. And I apply this and then the next day it's pretty good. They're almost gone. Really good for like the little dry bits here and there as well. Actually really good at drawing out any troublesome spots. I know that sounds really gross, but I found that that's really good for it as well. Yeah, just a really good all-round little product. I mean, who'd have thought such a almost awesome little miracle cream in a tiny little tin that it's just wonderful. So been loving that. My other beauty favorite is actually a product that I only just got very recently from my beautiful friend Sam for my birthday, and it is a KORA vitamin enhanced lip balm. It's a really beautiful organic lip balm and it's just so lovely to use. I've been popping this on my lips every night since I got it, and my lips are just so nice and silky and lovely. It's really easy to apply. It's got one of those fancy little ends. And yeah, I just love it. Just really nice little gift. Thanks Sam if you're watching. Okay, next on the list is, over the last couple of months I've been loving collecting pop vinyls. If you did not already know, I love pop vinyls. I just love how awesomely pop culture-y they are, and I'm into all that sort of stuff, and they're just so easy to collect. They're just really awesome things. I mean, they're the absolute dust collector, but you know, who cares? You know, I really could be spending my money on worse things like fabric even though I do and I don't need any more. I just love it, and I actually have 2 here that I think are 2 of my favorites that I've bought over the last couple of weeks. The first one is this one here. This one is Wreck-It Ralph, and it is the Ralph Breaks the Internet 8-bit version. This one is a special edition from the 2018 summer convention, and I'd been looking for this everywhere, and I finally found it on an Australian website called Zine Pop Culture. I think that's what it's called, and as soon as I saw it I grabbed it, and it's just Ralph as a 8-bit, and I love it. And then the other one that I also had been looking for ages for, it is a Mickey Diamond edition. So this one, if it's going to focus, not on me, it's the original Mickey figure, but it's covered in glitter, so obviously he sparkles like a diamond. and I love it. I've got a real obsession for Mickey Mouse at the moment. Everything that I've sort of been buying has been Mickey Mouse. I've got a water bottle, the big giant Mickey vinyl that I showed you in my last vlog. This guy, I think because he's kind of everywhere at the moment because it's his 90th birthday or something like that, so I don't know, I've just been really liking him. I think Mickey is awesome. But yes, pop vinyls, I'm obsessed with them, and I really need to stop buying them because I need to save my money for London. Yeah, London next year. Woo! Another favourite from the last couple of months is I recently refound, and I was very happy when I did, my beautiful sewing machine necklace. So if I can, I'll get a bit closer so you can see. So I have this beautiful necklace that has a sewing machine, a thimble, and come here, and a pair of scissors. I really wanted to find it again and obviously wear it, and I couldn't remember where I'd put it, and I finally found it a couple of weeks ago, and I was like, yes! And so I've been wearing it, and I've been loving it because it represents me. It represents everything that I love doing. It is literally me on a necklace, and I love it. Moving on to some music favorites. If you did not already know, I am a huge lover of jazz. I love listening to jazz. It just mellows me out. It puts me in a good headspace. It makes me feel calm when I'm feeling, you know, a bit so whenever I listen to it, I'm zen, I'm happy, I'm in the zone, I'm happy. So I've discovered 2 new jazz albums that I've had on high rotation for the last month or so. The first one is a new one by Tony Bennet. He does these beautiful duets with Diana Krall. I don't know what the album is actually called. I really should know, but it's on the screen now if you are interested in checking it out. But it is a really lovely album to listen to. I love Diana Krall as well. She's one of the great modern jazz singers of our time, I think. She has a really great Christmas album, and so does Tony Bennet, by the way. Check them out if you can. But yeah, just been really loving that one. Really great songs, really classic songs, and I think the last song on that album, I think it's called Who Cares or something. It's my favourite. It's really good. The other jazz album that I've only just recently discovered in the last couple of days, and it has been on high rotation since Monday, I think, maybe, and it is a new Ella Fitzgerald album that I've discovered. And as you know, Ella Fitzgerald is my favourite jazz singer of all time. She's done an album with Duke Ellington and his band. I think the album is called Ella Fitzgerald and Duke Ellington and his band or something, but it's a great album. There are so many songs on that album, but they're all really, really great. It's a side of Ella Fitzgerald that I've never seen before. She does a lot of scatting. Yeah, just a lot of scatting on this one, and a lot of old school songs. Just, yeah, I don't know really how to describe it, but it's just very, very jazzy and very bluesy and everything that I'm into when it comes to jazz. So I've just been loving it, and I definitely recommend it if you too are a jazz fan. Listen to it, it's great. Then finally, there is a movie that I watched about a week or so ago, and I fell in love with it. I've heard really, really great things about it, and I finally got the opportunity to watch it, and it is a Disney Pixar movie called Coco. Oh my gosh, if you have not seen this movie, definitely watch it. It is the most sweetest, loveliest Disney Pixar movie that I think I've seen ever. It's got a really lovely theme of family running through it. The music is great. I cried like 3 times, especially at the end. I was like, oh, it's a blubbering mess. It was just so lovely. So yeah, if you haven't seen it, watch it. It is such a good movie. Just really like heartwarming and just awesome. Just really, really great. So Coco, if you haven't seen it, see it because it's great. And that's everything on my lovely little list here. Thank you for watching my very raw and real and kind of like, what's the word, spontaneous current favorite things video. I did plan to do this in a different way, but I'm like, no, let's just do it now. Let's do it. And so that's what we've done. So yay. Let me know any of your lovely current favorites that you have been loving over the last week, month, year, whatever. I always love to know these things because if you've been loving it, then I usually check it out and be like, ooh, I wonder why, and then I check it out and be like, that's a good favourite. I like that too. And so with that, thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you again another time very soon. Bye!